Another morning in the freeze. Masks secure. Let's head out. People always ask how we survive minus 60. The secret is layers. Under this thick red goose down part, I'm wearing a windproof tactical shell, a heavy fleece sweater, and thermal merino wool underwear. If you wear just one heavy jacket, the cold air gaps will still freeze your core in minutes. At minus 60, even boiling water cannot survive. It turns to dust in a split second.
Out here, you aren't just living in nature, you are surviving it. Every single minute.
This is the frozen river. Everything here is dead silent, and the ice is several feet thick. If you want water out here, you don't turn on a tap, you swing an axe. And there it is, fresh, pure Arctic water. Now I just have to take this back and melt it over the fire before it freezes completely solid again. Once you get the water, the real work begins. You have to haul it all the way back to the cabin before it freezes your gloves completely solid. Every single drop requires hard labor out here. Heading into the local market now. Out here at minus 50, you don't need freezers or refrigerators. The entire world is a deep freeze.
This is how fish is sold here, completely frozen straight out of the water. It's so solid that vendors literally have to use a handsaw to cut slices for customers. Nature does the work.
With the fish sorted for dinner, I'm gonna grab something quick to eat before heading back to the cabin. But even that is a challenge here. Trying to eat lunch outside here was a terrible idea. Look at this, the noodles froze completely solid on my fork in less than 30 seconds. Guess I'm eating indoors today.
Even the animals here are built different. These local dogs sleep outside at minus 50, protected by a natural layer of frost.
Turn off your car engine here, and it might never start again. Vehicles have to run 24/7, or you keep a fire burning right under the engine.
At these temperatures, the physics of everyday objects completely change. Rubber and steel bend no more, they shatter just like glass.
Back inside, the temperature outdoors is dropping fast now that the sun is completely gone.
Before we can eat or drink anything, we have to melt the river blocks. Out here, fire is literally life.
You have to boil it thoroughly. At these temperatures, having a hot cup of pure water isn't just comforting, it keeps you alive. Now that we're safe from the freezing winds, here's the plan for tonight. First, I'm gonna cook this frozen fish and finally get a warm meal. It's like cutting through a log of wood. But once it hits the hot pan, this will be the best fresh dinner you can get in the Arctic.
Cooking frozen food out here takes a bit of patience, but nothing beats the smell of fresh Arctic fish searing over a real wood fire.
After a long day out in the freeze, a hot, fresh meal like this is the ultimate reward. Now that the energy is back up, it's time for our final adventure, the night round of the market. We are back out for the night round. At minus 50, the village completely changes. Just look at these market stalls behind me. Most of these stalls are built with heavy insulation and double pane glass. The warm yellow lights inside aren't just for visibility, they actually help keep the small display items from freezing into solid rocks. Even with these glass designs, the power bills here are insane because you need constant heating. If the electricity goes out for even an hour, the whole market would turn into an ice tomb. Living in the extreme cold means adapting every single part of your life. But looking at this glow in the middle of
The dark tundra, it's completely worth it.
After lats.
At the end of the day, when the frost settles and the fire roars, you realize that the Arctic doesn't just test your physical strength.
It forces you to appreciate the simplest things in life.
Surviving at -50 is hard, but it's an experience I wouldn't trade for anything.
If you want to see more extreme survival stories from the edges of the world, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, stay warm.